Alright guys, we're going to be changing the heated core on this 1990 Chevrolet C1500. It is the OBS body style and it applies to most other trucks. So here, your heater core is inside this box right here. It acts as like a little radiator to heat exchanger inside your cabin. And well, ours is leaking. You can see a little bit of stains down beneath. When we first drive the car, you hear a little sloshing air in there. Could be a little bit plugged as well. But we got a new one for cheap. We're not going to try and drain it. We'll see the condition when we do it. Some telltale signs of a heater core going out is one, your carpet's wet, as you can see ours. The sloshing when you first start driving it, and if you turn on your defrosters and your windows fog a little bit down below because that's coolant. Those are some telltale signs of a heater core going out. So we're going to replace this one. Alright, so with your hood popped underneath here, you're going to see your inlet and outlet hoses for the heater core, which are these two hoses. You're going to want to unplug those first. This here is a new heater core. It's a 4 Seasons. There's your part number 90483. We got this from Rock Auto, and it's there it is. There's the heater core. We'll go ahead and be changing this out now. Just know as you remove these, you're going to be spilling coolant. I have a little bucket underneath catching some. There's one. Alright, so we have both hoses disconnected. I tucked one kind of there, and then I tucked the other one right here. Alright, so now we're inside the cabin. We're going to have to take the bolts off the bottom of this cover. So there's bolts all around the corners. 1, 2, 3. Then we have them around this side too. And if you look back here in this crevice, can't get the camera there, but there's another one up here as well. We're gonna have to remove all those so we could drop the heater core. I'm gonna be using a 7mm. A 9/32 will work as well. So check it, we're pulling our heater core out, or the cover, and look, pop the cover and look, you just see coolant sitting right in there. So you know this one's been leaking. All right, we got our cover off. We're gonna give it a little wash before we put it back in. Now looking from the dash, this here is your heater core. All right. So we see the heater core, take a look. Bolt right up there that holds it in place on that little bracket, and then the inlet and outlet go right outside the firewall where we unplugged the hoses earlier. So we're just gonna remove that bolt and remove the heater core. Be aware it's probably filled up with fluid. All right. Alright, here's the old heater core, here's the new heater core. We want to take this insulation foam and we're going to want to transfer it over onto our new one. This one's a little old and crusty, but it's coming off. We want to try and take it off in one unit and transfer it over. Alright, we have the foam transferred over and now it's time to install. You're going to put your inlet outlet hose through there and clip it right there. Heater core is back in place. All right, so it's the next day. We ran out of a little bit of light and had to go take care of some stuff. However, we got the box back in. You just want to make sure all the grooves line up everywhere. And if you look, this part right here is above the box line, so you want to make sure that's there so it's not keeping the box a little cracked. So remember, your air gets blown through here, so if you have cracks and it's not sealed right, you won't get as strong of a pressure through your vents. So make sure you guys have everything lined up. And now we're just going to screw everything back together and hook up the hoses, and that's it. You'll have to bleed the cooling system, which is pretty easy, not a big deal. All right, everything is buttoned up, everything's tight, box is back together. You can see the lines fit in well. Now we're gonna re-plug in the hoses. Alright, so we got both the inlet and outlet hose hooked up again. So now we just introduced a lot of air into our system. So what we're going to have to do is fill it up with coolant and run the car at the same time. I'm going to run the car without the radiator cap on, and I'm going to fix it with some coolant. This is a mix of 50-50 distilled water and Dex Cool for GM. So as you see, we're also missing our whole cold level, probably because it's dripping out on the heater core. We're gonna go ahead and start the car up and bleed the system. So we got the car running. We're gonna turn the heat on. Heat on. AC off. And we'll just have it low. And we'll let it sit there. It'll bring water through the heater core, and that's how you'll bleed the system. The system is running, and look, see the system is taking in the coolant. Let's go ahead and fill it back up. Almost forgot for a second, we have a spill-proof funnel that we're just going to leave it with some coolant in. One way to check your hoses, make sure they're functioning, is that once the car warms up, go ahead and grab both sides. You should feel them warm. And well, that's it. Once you bleed the cooling system, that's all you had to do to change your heater core. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you got any questions, leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe.